Dude, have you ever wondered what is the difference between online coaches who seem to absolutely crush it and make more money in a single month than most online coaches make in an entire year? Well, after having built 3 successful online coaching businesses for myself and hundreds for my clients over the last few years, in this video I'm going to break down for you 5 things that separate the great coaches who are incredibly successful from the coaches who seem to stay stuck for years, never progressing through their career. I think the first point might surprise you a little bit. I want to talk about brand quality, and I'm talking specifically about things like fonts, brand colors, consistency across social media platforms, the quality of the editing and the content that coach is producing. All of these little things, they add up to create a perception in their audience's mind as to the quality of the brand and the coaching businesses. Now, really successful coaches, they sweat this detail. You know, they are not posting content unless it is professional, clean edits, incongruency with their brand. The colors are right, the fonts are right. They're not just chopping and changing randomly throughout the month and causing confusion amongst their audience. They have consistency across everything that they do. Even down to small details, like if you send an email newsletter to your list, the color that you use for buttons and links should be in congruency with the brand colors that you post on your Instagram. These are the little tiny details that send these kind of unconscious signals and cues to your audience that this is a trustworthy business. This business has got their shit together. And so if you don't worry about this stuff, if you're not thinking about this stuff, but you're stuck as an online coach, I would really, really urge you to get clear on your branding in terms of the visual aspects of what it is that you're portraying in your social media content, your ads, your emails, all of that stuff. The second point that really influences the difference between successful and unsuccessful coaches might seem a little bit more obvious, but I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't touch on this point. And that is your offer and your pricing. How much you charge will probably have the biggest direct impact on how much money you make as a coach and ultimately how successful you are. The challenge is, of course, is the mindset that comes with charging premium prices for your services. This is the thing that keeps so many broke coaches stuck. They are scared to charge premium prices because they're worried what people might think of them. They're worried if people say no. All of these things that catastrophize in the back of their mind downstream from the thought and the prospect of charging $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for their services. But I can categorically tell you, after having worked with well over 400 coaches at this point, that this is the number one predictor to how successful you are as a coach is your willingness to charge premium prices for your services. I actually recently did a video centered completely around the mindset that it takes, for you to charge premium prices for your services. So I'll link it around here somewhere so you can go and check that out afterwards. But I really recommend that if you're charging under $1,000 and you're stuck, the first thing that you should be doing, the thing that's going to move the needle for you the quickest, the most efficient way possible, is to increase your prices and start charging high ticket. The third thing that separates great successful coaches from coaches who stay stuck is running ads. Running ads is something that you are just going to have to do. Now, the beautiful thing, the great thing is that now running ads on platforms like Meta is becoming increasingly easier to do. It is not as complicated as it once was back in 2019, 2018, where you had really technical and advanced targeting strategies that you had to use to make ads successful. You don't have to do that stuff anymore. In fact, it's so simple. I've created a free training on running ads for your online coaching business. It's in my school community. I'll link that in the first line of the description. Go into the Unlock Revenue Now course and you'll see the growth tax ad training in there. It's really, really going to help you. But running ads is critical. There comes a point where posting organic content alone to get reach and engagement for your business, it requires a lot of skill. Making content that organically gets thousands and thousands, if not hundreds and thousands of views, the volume of views that you're going to need to make lots of money and be successful, that is a skill that so many online coaches just are not going to be able to acquire. What is easier is taking some of the profit that your business makes each month and reinvesting it into running ads that get you leads every single day. And that's what I teach in the Growth Tax Ads Framework in that free course. So please do go and check that out. I recommend just investing at least 10% of your business's profits each month back into ads. It's going to be the best way for you to ensure that you have a consistent flow of new leads and prospects that you can push through your sales pipeline for your coaching business over the coming months and years. Don't just rely on organic content. If you're watching this and you have cracked the code of organic content, You can put posts out and get hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. More power to you. You are you are the 0.01% of the online coaching population. You keep doing what you're doing. But for most of us, we're going to have to run ads for our business at some point. The fourth thing that separates great successful coaches from coaches who stay stuck and broke is posting long form content. So many online coaches are sleeping on platforms like YouTube and Spotify podcast. For the love of God, please stop doing that. It is not all about Instagram and TikTok and Facebook or LinkedIn. This is where the nurturing happens. Think about the psychology of spending time on a platform like Instagram and just aimlessly scrolling through. We do it to escape. We do it to get those little glimpses of entertainment, dopamine hits. That's what your potential clients are using those platforms for. They are not searching for help or solutions to the problems that they are facing. YouTube is a search and click platform. So when somebody clicks on your video, they think that they are about to sit down and watch a 15, 30-minute video solving a problem that they currently have. So this is the best way for you to speed up the time it takes for people to trust you and to want to invest in you and your coaching business. If you're not posting on YouTube already, stop everything that you're doing with Instagram and start posting on this platform. It is the biggest game changer for your coaching business. The fifth and final thing that we're going to touch on today, and by the way, before we get into this final one, if you've enjoyed this video, drop a comment below. Let me know what's been the most useful insight for you so I know what sort of content to make for you moving forwards. Number 5 is community. Great coaching businesses have a community of like-minded people where they regularly run in-person events, client meetups, get-togethers. Take what is online and bring it into real life. Because there's this old saying in coaching, I learned this from one of my mentors, and it's so unbelievably true. People come to you for the result, but they stay for your community. When we're talking about being successful, it's not just about acquiring new clients every single month and making new sales. It's about keeping clients. Revenue retention is just as much of the equation as acquiring new clients is. This is something that so many online coaches overlook. You've got to build a community for them, a community that they love being a part of, a community that provides friendships to them that they couldn't get elsewhere. Build a community, get your clients together, and you're going to see your revenue just stack and grow over the months and years. Dude, hopefully this video has been useful. Jump in the free school community for resources for online coaches, and I'll see you on the next one very soon. Peace and love.